Justin.
And bonjour, this is Bruno and Daniel here for the LARVOL podcast. And we're going today to talk about ASCO GU, which is going to take place in a couple of weeks in San Francisco. And Daniel and I will be there in person. So today we're going to talk about how CLIN, our data platform, can help you prepare for ASCO GU. Daniel, welcome to the podcast.
It's good to be back. I was supposed to be the guest last week, but I was sounding like the penguin from Toy Story.
Oh, that's right. So... You didn't have a voice. Yes.
Yeah, like at all. In case the audience is doubting it, like it was wheezing, huffing and puffing.
Yeah, it was kind of a sight. So we're going to give a demo about how LARVOL CLIN, our platform, can help prepare before, support during, and inform after the conference. And we're covering 30 plus cancer conferences in CLIN. So one of the things before you go through the function, one thing I want to say about LARVOL CLIN is that in addition to, of course, aggregating and curating all of the cancer data that are publicly available, we are also curating a list of 6,000 oncologists on Twitter, on X. And each time they mention something about any of the clinical trials in cancer, whether it is during a conference or even when new data arrive outside of a conference, our AI extract their commentary from Twitter and the sentiment. And we do a lot of very interesting things in terms of volumetrics, in terms of analytics with that data. So I'll let you walk us through what we have for ASCO GU. And as the audience is listening, if you have questions, jump in, ask Daniel or myself. And if you're interested in a full demo or even some type of pilot about our platform, let us know. Thank you. All right. To you, Daniel.
All right. So I'm on CLIN on the conferences tab, and I just want to see what the buzz is for GU pre-conference, right? Bruno and I will be going.
And perhaps we had, okay, now you're on. You had a little delay there.
Oh, and we want to know kind of what to talk about when we're there, right? Bruno's not an oncologist. I'm not an oncologist. We need to have help to let us know kind of what's popping, what's buzzing. So if we come in here, we're going to see some pre-conference buzz, right? This is usual for conferences like ASCO GU, Big ASCO, ESMO. All conferences have some level of conference buzz, but this gets updated near real time, right? So at the end of every day of the conference, you can come in here and you can get a nice briefing of what's going on at the conference, right? What was said, what was important, what did people feel about it? Did I miss maybe the largest breakthrough in data in the last 5 years? Or did I miss the largest flop in data in the last 2? This is all kind of what this dashboard will give you. We track around 6,000 oncologists on X, and this allows us to have really, really good sentiment for this. So let's go in here to top trials, right? So on the X-axis here, we've got the number of posts, and then views is basically impressions, right? So how many people have seen those posts? So we rank this by number of impressions. The top has the most impressions, and the bottom has the least, which is why you'll see stuff like Niagara, which has like 1 post, but it has a lot of impressions on it. And I'm always perplexed by seeing trials that have negative comments before the conference starts. So let's click in and see kind of what those are, right? Seems like lack of efficacy for both of them, but there's no... Oh, the press release anticipated that the study was negative. That's certainly a way to do things. Let's look at LightSpark 022. You should not change the study based on PFS, CFS when you're showing everything has OS benefits. So lack of efficacy. Interesting. What about the positive ones, right? So if for Sunrise 2, the press release anticipated that this was negative, who said good things about it? Nothing went wrong. It's a negative study. It's an excellent option, even more beside the fact that radiation is
So,
right.
uh, so doing a little bit QC on the fly and building in public, nothing went wrong. It's a negative study, right? So Sunrise 2 failed.
Yes,
And that
but this is a positive comment.
well, why would it be positive?
Chemoradiation is an excellent option. Even more impressive is the fact that chemoradiation wasn't usually SOC, i.e., not MMC.
Well, hold on a second. But was chemoradiation, the intervention in that trial or the control?
Yes,
Let's click on it. Let's figure it out together.
chemoradiation was the control. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
therefore,
this is
our AI failed here.
we messed up, guys.
Well, we can blame the AI.
Well,
The
we programmed the AI, so
AI
we
should
messed
have
up.
rated, despite the positive comment. The positive comment was about the control, right? Right? So our AI was tripped by that language. So we can use that to refine a prompt. It should have been negative. You agree?
I agree.
All right.
I agree. If you're praising the control arm,
Okay.
something happened.
Let's look at the other. Now I'm intrigued. Let's look at the other positive comments to see if there are other.
Keynote B15.
All right.
We know the study met EFS, OS, PCR results to be delivered.
That's positive. Dr.
Oh,
Truery.
this is once it gets into the NCCN guidelines. This is high predictive work from Dr. Ambika.
But it's talking about Niagara. Hold on. What's the name of the trial? Niagara is a question. Should be the case.
Keynote B15.
So, all right. So, all right. So it's better than Niagara, right? So this one does better than Niagara.
Yep.
And therefore, Dr. Ambika says it's going to get into NCCN. Okay. I understand.
But he's saying that it's doing better than Niagara based off of perception alone, because there's no data release for it. They announced that the study met EFS, OS, and PCR, but
well, but if it does, it's probably better than Niagara. Just I don't know, based
yeah.
on the structure of the trial or the nature of the endpoint or the I don't know other factors.
Let's look at Niagara. Well, it's only one tweet and it's neutral, so it's probably one of those listing out. Yep, there we go, listing out.
Okay.
But since we are kind of playing biologist today and bug catching, 5,720 views. And if we go back, 17,000. So we're off somewhere.
Okay. So another thing to check. Yeah. So audience, that's called
this might be the last time you see me in the podcast.
No. No, that's building public, right? We're not trying to. This is not a curated demo. This is a casual building public exploration of our platform. But you can see how, if I want to prepare for the conference, I have here the thing that only LARVOL has, which is a quantitative measure, which is not our opinion, but the opinion of the panel of oncologists, a quantitative picture of what's trending and why, with a calibrated measure of sentiment. Now, even if there are some noise in the sentiment extraction at times, it's done consistently by an AI. So as soon as you got big numbers, the few, I guess, miscoding are statistically moved to the tail end, and they don't really distract from the fact that you can see clearly what's been positive and negative. You know what? Let's make that case. Let's go to the last big conference that we went to. Pick another big conference. Maybe
let's go GI.
Let's go GI. All right. So ASCO GI, also in San Francisco. Let's open the same image, the top trials, but at the end of the conference. And you can see here a lot more data. So even if there is a little difference in the way AI codes or miscode occasionally, a tweet, that's clearly, I don't need to know this trial to know that commit sort of did not work. I was trying to make a joke, but I avoided it wisely. Commit did not work, right? That's clear. And Keynote 937 did not work. Failed study. I know it did not meet endpoint. You cannot have that much negative if you met endpoint, even if you have terrible side effect. So I'm sure it did not meet primary endpoint, right? And you have
And
all of these
not
commentary.
only did it not meet primary endpoint, but it also has pretty high toxicity
Oh,
from
okay.
the
Well,
looks of it. So
if you're not going to meet primary endpoint, you might as well load it up,
yeah, there we go.
right?
Just give it everything
Exactly.
you got.
And so that audience, what you're going to get at the end of the conference. So at the end of every day of the conference, we push to our customers an end of day recap, by the way. And then at the end of the conference, you get all of that data, both as a recap report and also in an online analytics online, right? And you can see the positive horizon. You can see the positive, right, dark green, which is practice changing. Click on the dark green for horizon.
GA1.
Right. Right. So let's look at the first one. New standard pending approval. Right. So essentially, I assume that the dominating sentiment will be we've got a new SOC, which is kind of the big deal, the biggest deal. We predict is going to be category 1 in NCCN. This is going to become SOC as soon as it's approved. Right. Pending approval
Uh-huh.
and maybe pending listing in NCCN. New SOC. What else do we have? Oh, um, let's
Let's
look at.
well, let's look at
Yeah, go
commit.
ahead. Where do you want to go?
Commit. The large
Commit.
negative bar for commit.
Let's commit.
It got a lot of buzz.
Let's see who said something negative. Who dared say something negative? So someone. Let's see if it's not a miscoding. Could be. Let's see what Dr.
Oh,
Shalabi is saying.
I mean, if you got 35 negative posts, I'm pretty
Well,
certain that if we miscoded it, we miscoded it by
but let's look at the first one. Let's see. Right.
oh,
Um,
Dr. Shalaby says.
insufficient data to back it up. So no, Dr. Shalabi is not convinced. Right? Well, she makes the point for Lynch-associated tumor, but was the trial about Lynch-associated tumor? Oh, no, it wasn't. So she's making a
No.
point about a subset of the patients. So yes, it's fair that it's a negative comment, but statistically, it doesn't make the trial negative. We know. So let's look at Dr. Onder, right? In hot tumor biology, like GI, blockade shuts down. So he's getting molecular on us a little bit. That's fine. Atezo's weak monotherapy performance in Comet clinically validate this. Okay, so he is making a negative comment. He's saying, guys, you're all impressed that it's going to be standard of care. Well, and he calls it a weak monotherapy performance, right? Because so he's not, he is contrarian. He said, I'm not convinced. That's not that impressive. It would not be SOC for him.
I much prefer the tweeting style of Dr. Ambika.
Yes.
Shockingly bad performance by Atezo. Just stick with EP Nivo. Much less failure rate than single agent Pembro or Nivo. There we go.
What does Dr. Ornstein, our friend Dr. Ornstein, let's see what he says there, because
This is such a ridiculous take. Go look at CMHW and CM8HW and the CR rate, more likely PD1 versus PDL1, or the limitations of a 40-person trial.
but it's part of a thread, so it's hard to
Yeah.
click on it. Let's see the thread.
Well, that's going to be a little tough
All
because
right,
I'm only sharing the tab and I'm also not logged into X on this browser.
okay.
So,
Well,
but
okay.
if you click on the tweet here, you will get to the tweet.
You'll get the
If you're logged
context of
in.
Dr. Ornstein's comment. Okay, I understand. What other analytics do you have for ASCO GI? And we're
Everything.
showing ASCO GI because there's more data, but you'll get the same for ASCO GU, of course. So let's close that tile. And let's look at the other analytics that we have. Maybe collapse that one for ASCO
Yep.
GI. Yeah. And okay, we have the top influencers. We have the top companies to the right.
Heat map.
We have the heat map. We have,
Diagnostics by abstracts.
yeah. So Signatera is always happy. So the people at Natera always say, "Oh, we love your analytics," because they're always number one. The Guardian people sometimes likes us too, but all right. What else do we have?
Drugs by abstracts, MOAs by abstract, condition by abstract. What I really like about this is to just understand a comparison is we can turn on these toggles and this will show us the graphs for the previous years, right? So we can see that while bevacizumab got the most buzz this year, it didn't get nearly as much buzz as it did in 2024. So you can see how kind of the landscape of drugs and the landscape of MOAs is changing year to year with new
Yes.
breakthrough information.
So are we going to get more than 3 years soon, or are we set to 3 years? When LARVOL CLIN accumulates more data, are we going to get 4 years or 5 years?
I don't know, but I would champion that we should.
All right.
I would
Pass the
champion that we
message
should
to
have
the
all the
dev team.
information.
I think we should. I'm always love long tail in terms of longitudinal data. I think the longer the trend, the more I can recognize if it's a real trend or a little bit of noise in the data. So I
The
would argue
longer
we
the
should have
tail, the stabler the cat.
yes. The longer the tail, the better the detail. Actually, we bring back tail into the details. All right, enough. That's enough. That's enough.
It's too early for us to be doing this kind of jokes.
Shahir Sheikh, our great
Let's
producer,
wrap it up.
is going to cut my microphone. And oh, that's enough of the tail business. All right, but we so pass to the team the idea. We want a longer tail. That's what we do. We want a longer tail in these. All right. So I think we're getting toward the end of our quick view of how LARVOL CLIN can help you in preparing, in attending, and in recapping all of the key cancer conferences. After GU, I'm going to be in person with one of our colleagues in Paris. In Paris.
Not me.
Not
Sadly,
you,
not
not
me.
you to that one. At ESMO, TAT, I think targeted therapy, I guess, TAT, and then in Copenhagen for ELCC in lung. And
Also,
then,
not me.
also not you, and then AACR in San Diego. Where is AACR?
Yes.
In San Diego. With you or without you?
Also not me. My sister decided to graduate on those days.
Well,
So
she could do the right thing, which is to postpone till next year. And
I will
pass the message.
I will pass the message.
Pass the message. Yeah. All right. So if you're interested, I'm talking to the audience now, in knowing more, in getting a full demo with more details, or in testing us, evaluating us, pressure testing us.
You know what? I'm gonna overstep here.
Please.
One-time offer. Only for the week this podcast was live. I'll give you a 2-month free trial of CLIN.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, very nice.
2 months.
Well, on that great note, before we commit to anything else, I hope everybody had a great time. If you are at ASCO GU at the Moscone Center in San Francisco in 2 weeks, please say hello. I'll have my signature purple hat on, and I'll be easy to spot, and we can talk more. I might even have a bit of swag for you.